Franny, there's no time. We have to talk about Avengers Endgame.
Oh no!
This is a spoiler episode, so get your non-spoiled ass out of here. Okay? Because we're going to talk about all the spoilers.
Unless you don't care.
If you don't care, but you should care. Unless you haven't been following these movies, in which case it's really kind of too late for you. There's a lot of them at this point. If you're going to go back, just watch Iron Man, Avengers, Infinity War, and you'll probably be fine to watch this one. Or watch them all. This is what we're here for.
Preferably watch them all first.
Okay.
That's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. But point is, this is a spoiler video. So we're going to talk about spoilers.
Spoiler audio, you mean.
Spoiler
Not a video.
Audio. Well, maybe I'll make it a video just to prove you wrong.
Go for it.
I fucking will. So, are we ready for spoilers? Last warning. Get out of here. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1.
Iron Man dies.
Iron Man dies.
He dies hard.
He does. He really dies hard, and it's sad.
No, it's kind of the opposite. He dies pretty soft.
He doesn't die that soft. He had to take the power of 6 Infinity Stones.
Yeah, fair enough.
You look pretty rough.
He turned into a vegetable.
I think one of his ears was burned off.
Probably.
Couldn't tell, but it looked like it, and that's.
I don't know. He became a vegetable. That's all that's important.
And we're not editing this, so if you hear those dogs in the background, there's a lot of just like long pauses of nothingness. I'm sorry. Usually I would edit those out, and usually it would be a little funnier, but it's not going to be funny because we're using our C material because it's pretty late, and we just watched a 4-hour movie.
It is 8:37 when we're recording this at night.
But after you watch Avengers Endgame, it seems a lot later.
Yeah, because it's a 3-hour long movie about people in costumes time traveling and fighting fucking Grimace.
That Spider-Man poster's falling off the wall.
That's fine.
I'll fix that later. That isn't relevant to the podcast. So where did we start? I don't know if we can just start where the movie starts because I'm not going to remember everything.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to summarize a 3-hour long movie.
Well, I do know where it starts, and it starts with fucking Hawkeye, and it's the day of the snap. It's the snap.
Oh, God,
it's the snapping.
That was one way to start a movie.
That was sad.
Yeah.
Hawkeye can just never catch a break, really.
His entire family turns into dust in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
I think everybody saw coming, but...
Not that early.
No, I didn't think it was me the first thing.
Not the very first scene.
But that's okay. I mean, you gotta set a tone. In fact, I don't think there's a laugh in this movie until maybe like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, there's not nearly as many jokes in this movie. It's pretty serious, which makes sense.
It's fine. And it's not like it's like a bleak, dull, boring movie.
Yeah, we're not in the DCEU.
No, it's not the DCEU, which is stirring itself around, but that's for a different podcast that I will never run. Anyway... that's a good way to open. And then where do we go? Oh, shit. Actually, the first 20 minutes. So they told everybody that basically all we're seeing in the trailers is the first 15 minutes of the movie.
They weren't lying.
That is not a lie. That's not an exaggeration.
Well, maybe
there's like
there's a couple scenes that are like
a few shots.
The furthest we ever see is probably an hour in, except for like one scene with Captain America.
There's that
the
shot
thing where
of
he
Captain
tightens
America.
the shield. But other than that, it's
and
within the first
face,
hour.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah. But most of it, especially in the first couple trailers in that Super Bowl TV spot, which is all I've seen. I haven't seen any of the other marketing, but all of that is pretty much just the first 15 minutes.
You didn't miss much.
No, I didn't think so. But I didn't want to see that stuff because I already felt like this is a movie that you shouldn't know much about going into at all, and I think we knew the perfect amount, which is
nothing.
Pretty
much all that they showed in the trailers.
Thanos gets his fucking head cut off in the first...
Jeez, that's fucking insane.
That's the cool... So, yeah, so they just fucking gear up. There's not really hesitation. Everybody's on board to go take Thanos out. This is not long after the snap.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we got everybody together. Let's fucking kill him.
So they find him. They all go rocket ship.
Okay,
wait,
hold on. This is before the 5-year time skip. This is like, I think they say
this is right
23 days after.
Yeah, it's
not
been
literally
long.
a month after they track him down and they fucking kill him.
We forgot about Tony Stark. Tony Stark and Nebula are like playing paper football and they become friends on the ship, that's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that's fine. They act like they're gonna die and then Captain Marvel saves the day.
Because we knew she would. Whatever.
She's not in the movie.
She's not in the movie
in the beginning,
until the end.
and then she's in the end, and that's it.
I'm glad she didn't really save the day. I guess she kind of did.
She kind of did, but she did good.
She did good.
She wasn't terrible.
I still
because she didn't speak.
I'll always hate her. I'm glad she didn't speak in this fucking movie. Not because she's a woman. I love pretty much every other single female character in this universe. It's just that she's the worst. But
Even I haven't seen Captain Marvel, but I'm sure her character isn't unbearable. It's just she's unbearable.
You've seen interviews with her, with Brie.
Yeah, everybody hates her.
Everybody hates her, and they fucking should.
Which, okay, I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, she brought it on herself, so...
This is 100% her fault. I've never felt bad for
There's
her.
people that like her.
Yeah, I guess, but...
I guess.
I feel like only because they have to. That's horrible. I'm never gonna get hired on any project.
Anyway, that's not related.
That's not related. The point is... So, they just bring Tony and Nebula to Earth, and then they're all gonna fucking gear up and take out Thanos, and they do.
Mm-hmm. They talk to him a little. His face is fucked.
And that's because he used the stones. They find where he is because of the heat signatures left on the planet where he's hiding out, because he used the stones, and they're able to track that kind of energy. So, they all go in rocket ship, and Captain Marvel scouts out the area. She finds out that there's nobody on that planet.
Just him.
Just
all
him.
alone on his little farm.
He's fondling some fruits or whatever.
Not gonna lie, I thought he kind of looked like a purple Shrek.
He looked a lot more like Shrek in this. I think when people say he looks like Shrek in Infinity War, that's a stretch.
I've never heard anybody say he looks like Shrek in Infinity
Well,
War.
everybody's like, everybody looks like Shrek, because the internet just has decided to love Shrek. But
he really looks like Shrek.
They dressed him in like a gross white t-shirt and the brown
it wasn't even
pants.
White. It was like... It was supposed to be white, but it's dirty as fuck.
Well, he's working in those fields. But
for himself.
Yeah, for himself. He's got to get those fruit. He has to stay alive. He's a good guy. We don't want anything to happen to him.
Yeah, okay, so let's set up the scene really quick.
Because the fucking movie sets up the scene immediately. Yep. It's so fast.
He's in his like weird little shack.
Yeah.
He's just boiling some water or something. Fucking Captain Marvel bursts through his roof and slams into him.
On one side, Hulkbuster comes up. I think the other side's War Machine.
The Hulkbuster comes through the floor.
Yeah, through the floor, and so does War Machine.
Busts, or does he come through another wall, or does he come through
I don't know. They both get his arms, and then Thor fucking cuts his arm off.
They talk to him first. Oh, yeah.
They cut his arm off
They
first.
cut off the gauntlet.
Yeah, they cut off... Yeah, they cut off his gauntlet hand.
Then Rocket takes it.
But it doesn't have the Infinity Stones in it.
Yep.
And they ask him why, and he said that he destroyed them.
He used all of the... Okay, so the only way that they found him was because they were tracking, like...
heat signatures.
Yeah, him using all the stones. He used the stones to destroy them.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they say. He used the stones to destroy the stones. So, there's no stones, and then... I'll let you fucking say it, because I know you want to say what happens.
Yeah, so he's talking a little bit, and then Thanos and Nebula start talking a little bit, because she says that he doesn't lie.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was mean to you,
daughter. Yeah, he's like, I shouldn't have been such a bitch.
Yeah.
Then Thor fucking uses Stormbreaker and decapitates him.
He goes for the head. That head comes off.
He literally says, I went for the head, and leaves. That's it.
And then there's a 5-year time jump right after that.
Right after that. No, like, there's no, transition.
In love with the movie and so confused on what the rest of it's gonna be.
It happens so fast.
I think the whole theater is at this point where we're all just like, what is this movie about?
Yeah.
We've heard there's time travel. We know it's probably gonna involve the quantum realm, but we don't fucking know anything that we think we know. And so...
all of that happens in the first 10 minutes.
The next 30 minutes is all recruitment. It's a
little more than that, I think.
I think, well, it
feels a little more like almost
it's
an
both,
hour.
It's both...
It's like 45 minutes, probably.
Yeah, it's switched between recruitment, finding out where everybody is 5 years later, and...
Tony having a breakdown again.
well, yeah, that's always gonna happen. And discovering time travel, or how to do time travel.
Thanks,
all at the same time. So... first, Clint has become, he's become Ronin, so he's
become a mass murderer.
He's in Japan, he's murdering everybody. Oh, wait, we should...
He murdered a cartel in Mexico, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, that's what Rhodey's saying, because they're all talking on, the Security Council hologram meeting. She's talking with Carol, who has a new haircut, and she looks like Ellen DeGeneres.
I feel like they had the most random people there. It was, Rhodey... Carol,
Okoye.
Rocket, Okoye. I feel like there's somebody else there. Maybe not.
Rhodey's there.
Yeah, I already said that. Okay. Yeah, I think it was just those four.
Yeah, it's those four or whatever. Point is, it's pretty much everybody who's still around. But Carol is. Oh, actually, there's a good moment with Carol when she first shows up and she says that not every galaxy has an Avengers, and that's why she said... Yeah, that's a good explanation for where she's been.
That scene is in a trailer, so it was...
Oh, is it? Well, again,
it was in one of the last trailers.
Okay, well,
it's still a good line.
Yeah,
but Yeah, we all knew that was.
Okay, well, I still thought that was a cool explanation for that. Anyway, so Hawkeye's Ronin. Natasha goes to find him and recruits him. Fucking Bruce Banner has.
Oh my god!
He's
the best character in the movie.
So good. He's become Professor Hulk. So
it's Mark Ruffalo's face photoshopped onto Hulk's body.
So good though. It doesn't
love
look
it so much.
It's not like it's horribly photoshopped. It looks so good.
It's not bad. Like it looks really
great.
natural.
Yeah.
But, oh my god, he became so much more of a better character after that.
And I've always loved him. I think he's underrated because he's the most human of the Avengers.
Yeah,
so
but
I love him.
This put him up at a new level.
This elevates him. So basically, I guess we have to actually explain what happened. Since it was 5 years, he had 18 months to mess around with the gamma radiation, and through comic book logic, that melded Bruce Banner and Hulk together, so he looks like the Hulk, but he has the mind and intellect of Bruce Banner, so he can talk in full sentences. It's not like Ragnarok where he's like a child. Like, he can talk. He's a full functioning guy. And
he's Mark Ruffalo in Hulk's body.
Yeah, he is. But some kids take a photo with him.
Oh god, I feel like that scene went on for kind of long, but it was also kind of funny.
I didn't think the joke of Ant-Man wanting the photo needed to go on that long, but it's whatever. I think that was maybe improvised.
It definitely was.
Also, there's a lot of like cute kids in this movie. Did you notice? Especially early on, it's got like spoiler alert, spoilers. But you got Tony's kid, you got those kids, you got the kid on the bike later, and then you get Cassie.
There's just a lot of kids.
There's a lot of kids in the movie, which I mean,
they all die.
It's kind of about family, so I guess all these movies kind of are, especially the Guardians and Avengers ones.
But
makes sense. But yeah, no, that was just an observation. Anyway, he does a dab.
I didn't notice.
What? You didn't?
No, I didn't.
He dabs.
Ew.
Okay, so the Hulk dabs in this movie. You really didn't hear him?
I didn't.
He dabs and says, dab. And keep in mind...
That's what he was doing? Oh my god. Okay,
I was trying to tell you. I didn't know if you saw it. Yeah.
I didn't notice that's what he was trying to do.
Dabbed. And he says dab. Which...
That's so outdated.
That's dated now, 5 years in the future.
Oh yeah, and okay, this is like later on in the movie. Okay, hold on. First of all, Korg is back, and I'm happy, but at the same time, he doesn't really do much, so that kind of makes me sad.
No, he doesn't do much.
But he's fucking playing Fortnite, and they're trying to claim that stays relevant for 5 more years.
That's not gonna happen.
It's already dying.
Like, I wish that he was playing the Endgame version of Fortnite.
Me too.
That would be so confusing.
But they're trying to claim that Fortnite is still in the PS4.
And the PS4. That's even more insulting than Fortnite.
Now that I think about it, that actually kind of makes sense.
Why? Because everybody at Sony was killed, dusted.
Half of the planet's gone, so most of the
all
technology
the
and shit is
gone.
like it's all gone, so you can't really update too much.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, 5 years is a long time.
Yeah,
but whatever. It's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
It's
That's
still
not
weird.
important.
It's still. I don't think they thought about it.
Back to Hulk being the best character.
Hulk's great. We'll talk more about Hulk in a second because we have to talk about the rest. And the next character is Thor, who has a town.
Okay. Yeah, Thor has New Asgard, I'm assuming probably somewhere in, like, fucking...
Norway or Finland or somewhere.
Like Sweden, around that area.
Somewhere in Europe. But it's like a fishing village kind of thing. If you ever been to Newport, Oregon, it's like that. Newport's awesome, guys.
If you've been anywhere in Washington State.
Yeah. I haven't. I don't know.
Neither have I, but...
I bet it's fishing.
It's all fish.
Point is... Yeah, I also saying point is, this is gonna kill me that I can't edit this. All my repetition. Can. No, we don't have time for that. The people who don't care about this want it now. But, yeah, so he's gotta land, and this is hilarious, because we see Thor, and he has... Oh, first we see Valkyrie, that's really nice to see her show up. She's working, she's great. She's basically Thor's right-hand man. She says Thor only comes out for beer, basically, like once a month, and... They take the joke. We see Thor
very literally.
We see Thor, and he's got a huge beer belly. He's super fat,
and he hasn't cut his hair in 5 years.
Yeah, and he's got a great big bushy beard, which is it's funny. I kind of was hoping towards the end he would straighten out a bit and be like normal Thor.
This is one of the things that I kind of didn't like about Endgame. I feel like they kind of ruined Thor in this movie. They didn't ruin him, but I feel like the joke kind of went on for a little too long.
I thought it was gonna be they show up, he's just eating hot wings and playing Fortnite or whatever. And then they're like, oh, well, we got a fucking Thanos to fight, so, like, slim up. Like,
and he
you need to
literally all he needed to do was summon Stormbreaker, and then he got all thin again.
Did he get thin?
I think so.
He still has that.
I kind of couldn't tell, but it
beard.
looked. Yeah, the beard didn't go away, but it looked like he kind of got skinnier. So.
Well, I bet the real world explanation is because since that's like a fake, that's like a prosthetic stomach. I don't think a prosthetic stomach's gonna fit under all that heavy Thor suit that you probably have to be sewn into.
I feel like they kind of did Thor dirty in this movie.
They had him at a perfect point in Ragnarok and
and they kind of dropped the ball a little bit.
I want the fucking Thor who arrives in Wakanda and goes, "Bring me Thanos!" Like, that's what I want. You're not gonna get that from this Thor.
Okay. You get it. You get it in the last hour.
But
any of the rest,
I just didn't love the Thor look. I feel like it's for like overweight 50-year-old dads to be able to cosplay as Thor.
It's a good joke, but not good for his character at all.
I think it's a good gag for 2 minutes, and then you can. Do I? Okay. Well, then you can drop it, I think.
Yeah, it really didn't need to last for that long.
No.
The movie's 3 hours and he was fat for 2 of them.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I didn't think Thor was great in this, which he's one of the best parts of Infinity War, and he's so good in Thor Ragnarok.
The Lebowski joke was funny, though.
That was
I really
funny.
Liked that
he
one.
really, and then the whole movie, I was thinking that you see him by the ocean at the end, and I was thinking of Donnie of when they scatter Donnie's ashes because Donnie loved the ocean. But that's a great movie. It's not the point.
Yeah.
We can do a big Lebowski episode of the podcast for Christmas or something.
But I haven't seen that movie.
Okay. Well,
I know
what we're doing after this podcast is over. But anyway, back to who else do we
who else do we recruit?
Oh, Scott is in the back of the security van from Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's in a storage unit. Weird surprise cameo from Ken Jeong.
Yeah, that was weird.
You guys he's in pretty much every comedy thing. He's on Community, which is that's why.
If you've seen any movie with a funny Asian doctor, it's probably him.
Yeah, it's him. He's I don't remember his name. He's the bad guy in The Hangover. I don't remember that character's name, but he's that guy. Anyway, the reason he's in it is because he's on the show Community, which is where the Russo brothers got their start, which is a great show. That's why Jim Rash is in Civil War and Danny Pudi is in Winter Soldier. Like, they always have Community. And they have
another one.
Yvette Nicole Brown later, who plays Shirley later. She's in an elevator in the 70s. So that's fun. I always like seeing those cameos. Anyway, Community Nerd Corner is over now. We get Ant-Man, and this is a really fucking great sequence where Ant-Man's running around trying to figure out what happened since he's been in the Quantum Realm for 5 years.
It's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. It's really good.
It's just like that opening Hawkeye scene where it's kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
Because both of them are just, they don't know what happened. And there's no remnants.
It's early enough in the movie where you're still kind of as confused as he is.
Yeah, because like literally all we've seen is them fucking kill Thanos.
Yeah. And like we know what happened and he doesn't, but other than that, we're pretty much just as confused.
Yeah, we don't expect that because we always heard about that 5-year time jump. That's why Natasha's hair color is drained in the trailers and stuff. Yeah,
her hair is fucked up.
I love that.
Movie.
I love that she didn't change it.
It's so funny to me.
Her hair in this is still better than her Winter Soldier hair. That is
anything is better than the Winter Soldier hair. Jesus Christ.
She's such a beautiful woman. I don't know how they fuck it up all the time.
So her hair throughout the entire movie is red all the way until no.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's red.
Yeah, okay, so it's red all the way until you start getting to the bottom and it's blonde.
It's
still
weird,
blonde from it's her Infinity War color.
Yeah, it's the weird but
only at the bottom, and it's so funny every time.
Well, I mean,
I love it.
She's not in as much as the movie as everyone else is.
Yeah,
which that's a thing to talk about.
Yeah, but we'll get there. It
makes me too sad. There. I'm not ready yet. It's intense to just come to terms with some of the things that happened in this movie. It really is emotional. And in some ways, it's not as shocking as Infinity War at all, but it might be sadder knowing that these effects everything's gonna stick.
Yeah. Because, like, in Infinity War, we could just say, yeah, they're gonna fix it in Endgame.
Yeah.
But they're
there is no Endgame.
Yeah, there's
Endgame.
There's no fixing Endgame.
We were in the Endgame. We saw what happened.
Yeah, we already got past Endgame. There's nothing after.
Yeah. So, and I'm 100% okay with that. It's really hard to take in sometimes to think about it. Like, we're still gonna have movies in this universe, but
there's literally a Spider-Man movie coming out in 2 months.
And we're gonna talk about that, and we're also gonna talk about X-Men, and I'm gonna make you see X-Men. So, get ready for that. But that's
not for a while.
Let's not dwell on that, as they say.
So after the Ant-Man thing,
which is Ant-Man, he finds Cassie. He runs to there's all these memorials in San Francisco of everybody who got dusted there, and he's looking for Cassie. And this is a great moment. It. He finds his name. He's looking for Cassie Lang. He finds Scott Lang, and that's great. Yeah, I loved that. And he finds Cassie. She's much older now, or about maybe like 14-ish. I couldn't tell. I thought the time skip was a little farther, like, because it's only supposed to be 5 years, but in Ant-Man and the Wasp, she's like 8, and this she's like 16.
Yeah, she looks a little too old.
I thought she was a little too old, and 8 even in those movies, that's kind of pushing it.
Unless she's older.
Yeah, well,
if she's like 10 in
if she's
Ant-Man,
10, then it's fine.
Yeah, then it makes a little more sense.
I think I don't even know if she is 8 in that, because I think she's way younger in the first Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
She's not in the movie after that.
No, that's kind of sad. He never goes back to visit her. I like the moment a lot where they
exactly have time to do it when he's trying to fucking bring back half the universe.
Yeah, but Tony has scenes with his daughter before he leaves and stuff. And I feel like
because he was considering not even doing it.
I know, but don't you think Ant-Man should at least have like a minute to say goodbye to his daughter before he goes?
I guess.
I don't know. I think there's time for him to save a minute when they have literal time travel. Yeah, I know they can only do it so many times, but yeah.
So many times as in once each.
Yeah, as in once each. Until they steal all those.
And 2 tests. 1 test.
Yeah, 1 test. Oh, that's funny too. So, oh no. You know what's going to be a real headache? I think we're up to the point where we have to explain how the time travel works.
Do we yet?
What's after everyone being introduced?
They go to Tony to try to try to recruit him.
Yeah. So they have the plan. They're gonna go. They have the plan at this point. They're gonna go back in time and find all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, because Scott goes back to the Avengers headquarters or whatever.
Yeah.
Where, everybody else is. And he explains that he thinks time travel can work in the quantum realm because time works differently there.
Since he says that 5 years is like 5 hours.
Yeah, so he was only in there for what felt like 5 hours when it had been 5 years.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
So,
doesn't somebody later comment something like that at the end? Oh, no, yeah, it's Peter who says that, when they were in the stone, he basically just fell asleep. That's way far. That's way so much end. Fucking happens. It's all hitting me.
But
we got out of the theater maybe 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're fresh out of the theater.
We got straight here.
Yeah, we went straight here right after coming out of the theater.
So this is so fresh.
Yeah,
we didn't even really talk about anything on our way.
Yeah,
we wanted to keep it all here. Yeah.
But anyway, we go to it's
Tony. Yeah. He has basically. He kind of like Thanos, he's retired to living a much calmer life where he's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's in a foresty area, and he's married to Pepper Potts, and they had their kid.
They have their kid in a doghouse.
We need to make this very clear that his daughter does not sleep or live in a doghouse.
Yeah, she just hangs out in there.
I thought it was going to be a dog.
Me too.
Is her name is Morgan, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, they say it a couple times, so I'm gonna assume.
In Infinity War, they say, "Let's name him after your eccentric Uncle Morgan." When they're talking about when they're in Central Park talking about having a kid. So I think so, but also somebody says a different name. But I think it's a nickname. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
That isn't interesting, but I can't cut out any of the uninteresting stuff. So, okay, so they show up to talk to Tony, tell him that they have a chance to fix this,
and he's like, "No, you don't."
Tony's basically like, we could either fuck this up worse, or we could fuck this up worse, and then I've already lost Peter. I'm not gonna lose another kid that I can give a chance.
Or his wife,
or Pepper, who, Pepper's a lot less annoying in this one
because she's not in it very much.
the movies where Pepper has the least amount of screen time is best. She's pretty good in Iron Man 1. She's horrible in Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3, she whatever.
dies.
She dies, and then she saves the day. And yeah, Pepper's fine in this. At least she's being supportive. She's not like... Which I wouldn't be. If my partner was like, I'm going to go back in time, you might never see me again, and that might, like, erase our daughter or something, I would be a little... I understand he's the only one in the world who could do it.
He literally is smart enough to figure out how to get time travel to work, so I think he's the best person to figure it out.
It's the Mobius strip, but it's time travel.
I don't know.
That's the explanation. It's like...
He figures it out, like, super easily. He's kind of...
In, like, a night. He's Tony Stark.
In one night, he figures out how fucking time travel works.
And I can shrug that off, because he is Tony Stark. Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, but
and
it's a little quick.
He somehow figured out how time travel worked and figured out how to get all of them to be able to come back within the span of, like, one night.
Yeah, but so he's not going to do it. He talks to his daughter. He says, I love you 3000, which that's such a cute... I love that. Yeah. That's so adorable. I was really scared something bad was going to happen to her.
All the scenes with him and his daughter are really
great.
Good.
She steals the Iron Man helmet, and then later we find out it's the rescue helmet. It's Pepper's helmet. And that's really cool. Because I was like, oh, it doesn't look like a normal Iron Man. That looks like something I've seen before. And I just kind of shrugged it off. And it comes back. It's great. That's how you make a movie. You introduce something, it comes back later. Ah, fuck. This was a good one. I'm so glad we don't have to talk about another fucking CBS movie. As much as I kind of enjoy those.
So,
this is such a step up. Now we have to explain the time travel.
Yeah.
Basically, Professor Hulk... we have that scene where Professor Hulk's time travel. He sends Scott back, and he sends Scott back, and then he brings him back as a baby, a child, and an old man. I don't know how that works, but that's funny.
I think they say that instead of him going through time went through him or something.
Yeah, something like that. Which that's funny. It's a funny little gag having the baby in the big suit. It's pretty good. And now we have to explain time travel. I don't fully understand. I've seen it once, so I don't totally understand. When I'm watching it, you understand how it works. Explaining it
is kind of hard,
tricky.
So one of the things that they get out of the way, like pretty much right away, is that pretty much doing anything in the past isn't gonna fuck up present day.
I don't
get how exactly that's supposed to work.
Back to the Future time travel rules make a lot more sense.
Yeah, but they say, like, they try to explain it. It doesn't really make much sense. Like, that past becomes your future, and then the present becomes
your past.
Yeah, it's fucking... I don't know. It doesn't make very much sense.
The point is, you can fuck up the past as much as you want. It won't affect the future.
Yeah.
Which is good. That makes everything a lot less stressful.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not really time travel. It's more like universe travel. Because you're just going to an alternate universe.
Is that what it is?
That's what it kind of seems like. It doesn't work like how time travel would work. It works like how going to a different universe would work.
Later, Banner's talking about how you go on one path, then that's the path, but then you can erase that path? Remember? When he's talking
by putting everything back.
But they don't put everything back.
Yeah, they do.
But do they? They kill
Steve
everybody.
does.
Oh, yeah,
he goes back and fixes it all, and then,
we'll talk about that
yeah.
when I'm crying at the end of this
episode. Yeah, time travel doesn't make very much sense trying to explain it. In the movie, it makes a lot of sense.
Maybe the most important thing is that you can only do it... every member can only make one round trip each.
Yeah, because they only have whatever pin particles are left before he died in the end credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, before he got dusted.
Yeah. So they only had enough for each person to be able to go back in time and come back once.
Mm-hmm.
So if they fucked anything up, then pretty much they're screwed.
Yeah, they're screwed, that makes it intense.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not as much of like a ticking clock thing as it is like a you literally cannot fuck up too bad thing.
Yeah. So then it pretty much transitions into, I would guess... it's like the entire second hour of the movie is them getting all the stones.
It's kind of a bit of Avengers Greatest Hits. You go back to 3 movies, and 2 of these make sense. One of them is a little weird why they would pick nobody's favorite. They go back to The Avengers 2012, go back to Guardians of the Galaxy 2014.
And Thor.
No, not Thor.
Thor 2.
Thor the Dark World from 2013.
Yeah.
It's 12, 13, 14, that makes sense. But it makes sense why you go back to Thor the Dark World, because there's Infinity Stone in that one.
So.
I mean, it's not horrible.
It's nothing bad about Thor the Dark World, so it doesn't really have much to do with it.
And there's some funny stuff. So I guess we start with, this is where it gets confusing because we have 3 branching timelines.
But we
have to talk about.
I think we can just talk about each one individually instead
we don't
of
have
switching.
To cut back and forth.
Yeah, we don't have to do it like the movie where they all switch
really
back and forth.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Do you want to talk about the Avengers one first?
Yeah, that one comes first, so we'll just talk about that one. I think we'll go Avengers, then we'll go Thor 2, because that one's kind of short, and then we'll go Guardians.
Also, yeah, it's chronological how they came out. Yeah. So, perfect.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
but...
that works. Okay, so Avengers. You see the famous shot that literally everyone in the world knows, the group shot where you see, Hulk and Cap and everybody in New York, and it circles around them. It's that awesome orbiting shot. And then it it cuts to, who's there? Tony, it's Bruce and Steve?
Tony, Bruce, Steve, and Scott.
Scott, okay. So, yeah.
If you don't know, it's Captain America, Hulk. Iron Man, Hulk, and Ant-Man.
And Ant-Man, yeah. Which, why are you listening to a podcast about Marvel movies if you don't know who
just gotta make sure
Tony and Steve are? But that's all right,
Before we get into it too much, the fucking scene of Bruce just punching cars and shit.
Well, first we see, which behind the scenes, I guess this is what the Hulk was doing in the Avengers. We see the normal 2012 Avengers Hulk. He smashes a car on top of a Chitauri soldier and then just starts stomping on it. He kills him so fucking dead.
Yeah, he smashes it with a car, jumps on top of the car, and
Yeah.
starts jumping on that, then throws a tire at the
That's
car.
right. It's so funny to think that when everybody else was being all heroic, Captain America's saving as many waitresses and accountants as he can.
And
Hulk is just fucking overkilling everybody.
Killing
so
one
good.
thing at a time, just making sure they're definitely dead.
And so to blend in, Professor Hulk, who is way more Banner than he is Hulk, he's pretty much only physically Hulk.
He's Dad Hulk.
He is Dad Hulk, which is why I'm saying overweight dads can cosplay as him. He's only got the physicality of Hulk, so he has to smash things to look like he's Hulk, but he's not good at it. He just kind of punches a car and leaves a little dent in it. He's like,
he tries to roar like Hulk, and it just doesn't work.
It's so funny. That's such a great idea.
I love that.
What happens after that?
I think it just cuts to Tony in the tower.
Oh, they're in the Stark penthouse. It's the very last, not the very last shot of the movie, the very last shot pretty much of the final act, where it's Clint, he's got the bow, he's pointing at Loki, they're all standing around him, and then Loki says, if it's all the same to you, I think I'll have that drink now. And then there's a great line, because I always thought this was weird in that movie, that they're all posing, and Tony's just we don't have time to pose all day, let's just move on. I think I've been bumping the table a lot this episode. I'm really sorry, guys. I keep seeing it show up. I feel so horrible.
I keep seeing it bouncing around.
We're gonna have to make this one really funny, so people don't just turn it off. And this is when.
Hold on. Really good joke that Tony makes. That suit doesn't do very much for your ass.
And then Ant-Man says, as far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
Yeah, for context, he says it to
Captain America.
He says it to Cap.
Which, one of my favorite things in Civil War and in this is whenever Ant-Man calls him Captain America.
Yeah.
The full thing where he's just
he never
here's
calls
your
him,
shield, Captain America.
He never calls him Steve
or Cap.
Yeah, it's always just Captain America.
I think
Don't they make a joke about it where he doesn't know what to call him? He's he says Steve Captain America.
He says
Rogers.
Steve Captain Rogers America or something like that. Which that's so funny. I love that. In an interview recently, Paul Rudd tells the story of on the set of Civil War, Steve was in the bathroom or something, and the props guy's holding the Captain America shield, and Paul Rudd's just let me see it.
Yeah.
And just pretended to use it. Yeah. God, the interviews this month have been so good. With
yeah,
all the
I've
cast.
seen a lot of them.
I've been watching them a lot just to prep, and they're such a fun
really
group
good.
of people. I love them so much. Yeah, so we get America's ass, and then we get Agent Sitwell, who's the bald guy from Winter Soldier. He's the Hail Hydra guy that fucking what's his name, Gary Shandling says Hail Hydra to, and everyone was like, oh! And then we get Brock Grumlow, who's Crossbones. It's much easier to explain. He's Crossbones. Civil War. He got that building dropped on his face. So they're there, and they're like, because they're Hydra, but posing a shield, and they're like, we're gonna just take that Infinity Stone
because shield
and
needs
that
it
scepter for shield reasons, not to create fucking Scarlet Witch
not
and
to be
Quicksilver,
Nazis.
not to be secret Nazis. And then and then we get a great bit, which is they have to get the stones. What am I saying? They have to get
a great bit.
First, Captain America has to get the scepter. So they go in Rumlow and Sitwell. It's hard. There's so much movie.
Yeah, there's so much.
Rumlow and Sitwell go in the elevator with a bunch of other guys, and then Cap steps in.
I like the fucking Hulk joke about the stairs.
Oh, yeah, everybody is in the elevator, and they're like, oh, man, fucking maximum occupancy is full. Go down the stairs.
So Hulk gets incredibly mad about having to go downstairs.
Too many stairs.
That's great.
Yeah.
But later on, Cap ends up in that elevator,
which is a lot like in Winter Soldier when he's like,
I was so hoping that
before
it would
we get
that
started,
it would be again,
even though it's the wrong movie.
Yeah,
it's basically the same exact setup. Even Rumlow, I don't know. I think Rumlow is in the elevator. And he's like, I was hoping he was going to say before we get started. Does anyone want to get out?
But instead of doing that, he whispers Hail Hydra and he's good.
Yeah. So he's like, well, he gets in, everybody's tense, they're like gripping their guns. Like,
yeah.
Are we going to have to fucking kill Cap? Are we going to have to pop a cap in Captain America, in America's ass right now? But
okay, that was good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to save the episode. And then he's like, I need the scepter. I have orders from fucking Alexander Pierce, who's the villain in Winter Soldier, Robert Redford. And he shows up later. He's like, I have orders from him. And they're like, no, we can't give you this, Cap. And
takes the safety off of gun.
Yeah, exactly. You think there's going to be a fight. Everyone's getting real fucking tense. I bumped it again. Everybody's getting real tense. And then Captain America, because he knows they're Hydra,
he leans over and just,
he whispers,
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
Which that's an amazing way to fit that in.
That's so fucking...
I love it.
That's a great callback to Winter Soldier.
So good.
In literally a callback to a scene from the Avengers and a callback to... It's a bunch of callbacks to the Winter Soldier. And it's also a callback to the comics. Remember when he was a secret Nazi and he said Hail Hydra? There's so many layers to that one moment.
Like, I'm hoping that was a callback. It might not have been, but
well, it had
it's a
to
call.
be.
It is.
Come on. Yeah. That's so fucking great. I loved seeing
Yeah, so
that.
then he ends up with the
scepter.
Yeah.
So he has the Mind Stone now. And oh shit.
With the briefcase.
When's the Captain America fight?
That's after.
Is it now? No, they step out
briefcase on the bottom floor.
Okay,
then
they step out into the lobby, out of the elevator. Captain America's got the scepter. Alexander Pierce shows up, and I remember
they have Loki.
Loki's there. He's got the weird ball gag mouth thing, that's never gonna be great. And Alexander Pierce shows up, and he's like, "Oh, I
need the briefcase.
I need the briefcase, Captain America.
Because I'm not a secret Nazi.
Or I need the scepter, Captain America, or whatever."
Is it this?
No, Tony.
No, he has the briefcase.
He has the brief. Who has the briefcase?
Tony does.
Okay, Tony has the briefcase
because he has the Tesseract in it.
That's right.
And then Steve has the scepter.
Okay, so Alexander Pierce is trying to get it from Tony. Scott sneaks in to past Tony's arc reactor, and then he pulls a thing.
I'm going inside you.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird, sex lines from Ant-Man in this movie, which is pretty funny. Yeah, he says, I'm going inside you. And then he goes in the arc reactor, and he trips a thing, so Tony has, a quick...
He goes into cardiac arrest.
Yeah, he goes into cardiac arrest, exactly. And then everybody's freaking out. So that lets future Steve get the briefcase out of there, right?
No.
What?
Tony's supposed to get it.
Oh, Tony gets it. Because
fucking Scott, knocks it. And it slides toward
to Tony, who's dressed as a shield guard.
Yeah, so he grabs it and starts walking. Hulk busts through a wall.
No, he busts
through a door.
The door.
He had to go down the stairs.
Another callback to a minute ago. It's so fucking funny.
Tony drops the case, and the Tesseract falls out to Loki's feet.
Loki grabs the Tesseract,
and he's gone.
He disappears. He uses that portal thing that Thanos uses. Yeah. He's fucking out of there because he has the Space Stone.
So Tony and Scott are like, well, we fucked up.
Yeah, they really fucked up. But then
it cuts to...
Well, then it's the Captain America fight.
Then it cuts to Steve and Steve.
So we get 2012 Avengers Captain America.
And current
Captain America dressed the same?
No.
No. They are. One has the mask, one doesn't. That's how you can tell who's who.
No, I think they both have their masks, but I think...
What?
I think the current one has like a slightly different one. Like I think he might have.
They both have the bad Avengers, puffy Avengers suit. Like
no,
the really bright.
There was because I could tell because the old one had like the really shitty costume from Avengers, and the other one didn't look as bad.
Okay,
so
I'm positive.
I'm trying to think of another one that looks kind of similar.
I think I'm pretty.
It's not the Winter Soldier one.
It's not. It's not like the weird Secret Wars one that he wears.
Is it?
It might Civil War.
I think it is a Civil War suit.
It's basically just the normal suit. It's not like
it's the normal suit that doesn't look like shit.
It's not the ripped off Star one.
Yeah,
it's not the Nomad one. It's the normal Civil War.
I think it's the Civil War one.
End of Winter Soldier one because he wears it then. He only has the weird dark blue one.
Anyway, there's a Captain America versus Captain America fight.
Yeah, and it's fucking great.
They
throw shields. Shields hit each other. Shields are out. They got to go hand to hand immediately. They're fighting, and it goes on for a while. They fall through a bunch of glass, right?
Yeah.
And then it only ends because Steve is so good in this moment as like utilizing the past. His
locket,
the compass
or whatever, or yeah,
with Peggy on it.
Yeah, it knocks out, and then
the other Steve sees it and he gets really pissed. He's like, "Where the fuck did you get this?
Where'd you see that? Where'd you see that girl?
Where'd you see that girl?" Yeah, it's a lot like that. Which we were hoping there'd be a bad moment.
I didn't even realize it.
But that's funny.
But it wasn't as bad.
Oh no,
it made sense.
It's totally cool. I like that a lot. And
current Cap gets his ass beat.
Yeah,
in this fight, which is weird.
He's able to get out of it because he says Bucky's still alive.
Yeah.
Which, that is the second moment, thinking back on it, because I haven't had time to process any of this, that's the second moment of Cap making a really fucking great callback to a past movie that's a future movie for him. Like, he used the Hail Hydra in the elevator, now he's using Bucky's alive, because 2012 Cap doesn't know that. He wouldn't know that until 2014, but 2023 Cap knows that. I think that's when this is, 5 years after 2018, because that's when Infinity War ended. So
it's current Cap. I'm just calling him
current Cap, but future Cap, Days of Future Cap is there, and he says Bucky's still alive, and Cap's like, what? And he knocks him out.
No, he doesn't knock him out. He uses the scepter.
Oh yeah, he mind tricks him.
Yeah, he fucking.
But then he just passes out.
Yeah, he does pass out, but it's cool that he used the scepter.
He gets away with the scepter. How do they get the Tesseract?
I'm trying to think. They don't. Remember?
How do they
Tony and Steve have to go back again.
Oh shit, that's right. That's so fucking cool. I forgot about that.
So since they royally fucked up.
Whoa, no, we're not done. Time Stone.
This is still for original Avengers. We were gonna go through everything that happened for them.
But we're about to go. Should we stay in 2012 New York before we go back to 1970? Is that going to make things confusing for people who haven't seen it?
No, because we're still following. We're still following Steve and Tony, so
okay.
It's like so the same. We're going by groups, not really movies.
Banner and Scott are still in 2012 New York.
But
Tony,
I think that's when they go back because they don't do anything else. I don't think.
What do you mean, Banner and Scott?
Yeah.
No, they get the Time Stone from the Ancient One in New York. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what. Banner, but
we haven't talked about that.
So Scott goes back, I think.
I don't know.
He
know.
doesn't do anything else?
He doesn't do anything else.
Okay, before we go back, we should talk about what Bruce does.
Exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. So this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he goes to the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, except obviously it's 2012, so Stephen Strange is a surgeon down the street, basically. So Stephen Strange isn't anything right now. But we do see the Ancient One, and she
knows what's going on.
It's good to see her. She knows what's up. It's so cool that she's just like, oh, he's gonna be the fucking Sorcerer Supreme in like 4 years. Yeah, but he's not right now. That's awesome that she knows that. That's so cool that she knows. And Bruce is like, give me the time stone.
I kind of need it.
Yeah, he's like, I need the time stone. And you don't understand.
Yeah,
she's like,
you
I
really need
understand.
to give this shit to me.
I understand.
And then she does the soul thing.
She knocks his astral form out of his body, but it's not like.
It's not like acid trip Doctor Strange scene.
What I'm saying is, it's not like she knocks Hulk out of Hulk's body. She knocks Bruce Banner out of Hulk's body. That's such a cool visual. And then so Bruce Banner's running around astral form. He's like, look, Stephen Strange is the fucking Sorcerer Supreme in the future, and he gave up the Time Stone. And so if he gave it up, it must have been important. And so that convinces her. She's like, oh shit. You're right.
Shit, you right?
Yeah, shit, you right. He wouldn't give it up unless
it was really important.
Really important. So she's like, okay, clearly you should have this, and gives it to Banner.
Yeah, that's the scene where she explains, like, if you take a stone out of the timeline, that kind of fucks everything up.
But if you put it back,
then it'll fix everything.
You're fine.
Or that's what they never really confirm if that's what happens, but we just kind of assume.
We can jump to that
Bruce says like
later.
It's like they never left because they can just come back and put the stone back to when they stole it.
The movie explains it infinitely better than we ever could.
Pretty much,
hope to.
They just have to borrow it and put it back, and then everything's fine.
Everything's fine. And so now we jump to 1970.
Yeah, now they go back to 1970. Because that's another time that they know where to get
the Tesseract is. It's in a shield base.
Also where to get more Pym particles so they can actually get back home.
Yeah, it's really killing two birds with one stone, which is great.
Because they only had enough to get there and get back, but since they fucked up, Steve and Tony have to use it to go back in time, and they don't have any way to get back.
So since they would only have... Yeah, exactly. So since they both have one Pym particle each left that they would use to make their return back to the future, they have to use it. Yeah, I know. They have to use it to go back to 1970, and then they can get more Pym particles, and then they can go back to the future again. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, this entire episode probably makes no sense to anybody that hasn't seen the movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it,
we're trying.
But don't listen to this. Go watch the fucking movie.
Yeah, if you're fucking almost 50 minutes in and you haven't seen the movie, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's worth seeing.
But so they go back in time, and
to the
Cap
is Stanley cameo.
The Stanley cameo.
It's got a bumper sticker that says "Nuff said." You know what's coming. He's dressed kind of like Burt Reynolds from Smokey and the Bandit, which Burt Reynolds, rest in peace.
And Stanley, rest in
peace. But that's just harder to deal with than Burt Reynolds. I'm sorry, the Reynolds estate. But yeah, so we see him. That's great. That's his last MCU cameo. You know, it's not the best thing ever, but
yeah,
it's funny. It's different. He's not just dressed like Stanley.
I still love it, but for being his last one, it's kind of disappointing. But at the same time, they didn't know that was going to be his last one, so they couldn't really do anything
It's
special.
different because usually he looks like Stanley. He looks
I still liked it.
A lot
it was still really funny, so it still worked.
That's still a great cameo, I think. But point is, they get to the military base where where SHIELD is. Strategic Homeland, whatever, is, and Cap is dressed as a soldier. Tony is dressed just as Tony, but nobody knows who that is yet because
he's not born.
He's gonna be born like a month or two. So, yes, let's talk about Steve first because Tony is funnier. So let's just get Steve's thing out of the way.
Steve doesn't do too much.
Steve goes into the base. He sees Peggy.
Yeah,
that
so
got
sad.
me. It's so Peggy and Steve. I've started watching Agent Carter recently. It's really great, and that makes me even sadder when I see shit like this.
Yeah,
Steve and Peggy's
so
relationship has always been one of my favorite elements of the entire MCU, just because, like, even in Winter Soldier, I'm gonna cry already. Even in Winter Soldier, when he goes to her and talks, and she has Alzheimer's, and you realize it's that scene.
Just the entire
she forgets again.
Their entire relationship throughout every movie that Cap is in is just really sad.
And they have so many good lines together.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for, a right partner?
So
I don't know how to dance.
They were looking for Cap and Steve because they look suspicious, apparently.
Oh, yeah. So well, that's the Shirley cameo from Community.
Yeah.
She tips off some people.
But Steve slips into just a random office, and it just so happens to be Peggy Carter's office. And he sees her through glass in another room, and she's too distracted to notice.
Yeah, she's a
But he just kind of stares at her for a while.
Which it's kind of that do I say something decision.
Yeah.
But I know I shouldn't because that's going to jeopardize the mission. We only do have so much time since even with all these Pym particles, we can only make so many time jumps.
Yeah.
See, this movie's emotional as fuck. It's so sad.
But...
And so beautiful in so many ways.
Does Steve do anything else?
He gets the Pym particles, he gets out of there.
Oh, yeah, he just grabs a handful of... Oh, yeah,
he grabs enough. He's fine.
What does he tell Hank? I don't remember. Something about something glowing and then they opened it.
Oh, he's like, Hank Pym comes in. He's got like a mullet or something.
Yeah, they made him look...
really funny. Yeah. It's really great. I don't know if Michael Douglas looked like that in the 70s.
He definitely didn't.
I don't know anything about Michael Douglas.
It still looks good for being CG.
Like pre-Wall Street, I know nothing about him. But yeah, no, that looks really great. All the Michael Douglas de-aging technology is perfect. And so, yeah, he's like, oh, there's something glowing in the mail. Go figure it out.
Yeah.
so he runs away.
He runs off. And then Steve...
in his office, you see like a 60s Ant-Man helmet. That kind of looks like the SNL one.
It looks really like it's made out of tinfoil.
Yeah, I love that. That was really cool to see.
But, so once Hank is gone, Steve sneaks in and just grabs like a handful of Pym particles, and
and
other than that, he's pretty much done. He just has to wait on Tony.
But Tony, on the other hand, he goes in the underground base. He grabs the Tesseract, and
easy enough to find.
Yeah, Then there's a very Die Hard scene where. Have you seen Die Hard?
Nope.
Okay. Oh my god, I know what we're doing after the podcast.
Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski and Die Hard. Two of the most dude bro movies of all time that I fucking adore.
I mean,
they're so good.
Right after fucking Avengers.
Well, they're light, so they're a lot easier to take in. Point is, I guess the fucking same point is I'm gonna kill myself.
It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah. You know, it's getting late.
So Tony sees his dad.
What was I saying about Die Hard? Oh yeah, Die Hard. There's when Hans Gruber gets caught by John McClane, and then he does the accent. Tony doesn't do the accent, but it's very much like that. Like, oh, I gotta make shit up on the spot so I don't get caught.
Good on him though. He
did a good job. He did it. Well, he could have said a different first name because he says his first name is Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's meeting Howard Stark. He says his first name is Howard.
He says his name is Howard Potts.
Which, yeah, I mean, he's not gonna know who Potts is. He never will. He's way dead before they ever know about that.
He's very, very punched in the face. Very choked out.
He's very punched in the face to death. Oh my god, that's horrible.
But there's
some great moments because
Jesus Christ, dude.
Of course, the episode where we're not editing is the one.
Maybe edit that one out. That one was aggressive.
We're gonna have to remember. We're gonna have to carve into the table where I fucked up.
It's 52 minutes. We can remember.
Yeah, we'll remember. Or
just cut all this out.
Let's cut out the whole episode.
That's fine.
But then yeah. So they're talking about how Howard's expecting Tony as a baby. And how Tony has Morgan, and basically they're talking
about dad stuff.
About dad stuff, that's great. And he gets out of there with the Tesseract. He gives Howard a hug, and Howard gets in a very awkward hug, and then Howard gets in the car with Jarvis, which that's a whole Agent Carter thing. That's a story for another day. And they're out of there, right?
Yep.
That's it. They got the Space Stone, they got the Mind Stone, they're good.
Yep, so far
pretty
they
hassle-free.
Have 2 of the 6.
3 if you count the Time Stone. That Banner has. Remember?
Why does
ancient one that we just talked about?
Yeah, they have... Oh, yeah, they have... I mean,
as a whole, they have 3.
Yeah. I forgot about the Scepter.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so then we go
to... They have half of them already.
Mm-hmm. Then we go to 2013 Asgard, where Asgard's still a place.
Yeah, so the only 2 that go there are Rocket and Thor.
Yeah, which is that's
a good.
They're great in Infinity War, even though this isn't my favorite Thor. It's still fine. Yeah. This is probably the weakest Thor stuff in the movie.
It's kind of sad to see them fuck up Thor this bad, but
when they had him so perfect.
Yeah, they had him in a really good spot, and then they dropped the ball.
So they have to get the Reality Stone, the Ether, which is that magical red goop that looks like blood from Jane Foster, who has it in her veins at this point in time. Thinking back on it, I was waiting for Natalie Portman to show up, and she kind of does, but I'm 90% sure. I haven't read anything about this film, but I'm pretty sure that might just be old footage that they just put Rocket in. because she doesn't have any lines. She's not in at any other point.
Yeah.
I think that might just be old footage.
They only show her face once.
Yeah.
So I think they probably just used old footage.
I was initially really impressed. I was like, oh, fuck, they got her back? She always said she's never coming back. But, I mean, still cool to see her, I guess. But,
yeah.
You know, it wasn't... I don't know. I was expecting her to show up. But what does happen is Rocket pretty quickly gets the reality stone.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long.
Thor finds his mom. After being a little bitch.
It's pretty great. Thor's mom is pretty great. In the scene where she's just like, yeah, eat a salad. Also...
Eat a salad. It's fine that you're a loser.
and don't try to be what people expect you to be or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
She
pretty much said that it's fine that you didn't kill Thanos.
Well, yeah, which he was really... Oh, in that opening scene, he's really beating himself up about that.
Yeah, that's why he got fat,
That's
probably.
why he got... Well, he did kill Thanos. And then he's, like, scared of Thanos. Remember?
Yeah. He's traumatized.
Yeah, well, I would be, too, I think,
Yeah.
if I just cut a god's head off after failing the entire universe. Which is not Thor's fault.
Yeah,
It's Peter Quill's fault. I mean...
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Everything's fine now. But...
So that's pretty much all that happens. There's not too much that
Dark
happens.
World stuff doesn't last long.
It goes by pretty quick.
Thor's mom says that she knows that her time has come.
Yeah,
that day. That's cool.
She already knows that she's gonna die.
That's cool. She's like, I know.
She's like, yeah, it's supposed to happen. So
yeah, and
he gets Mjolnir back.
Oh yeah, he does. That's important.
He summons it back.
Yeah, which he's just like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, he's like, I need to try something,
and he gets it.
Which means that Thor in that timeline doesn't have Mjolnir.
Yeah, well, it doesn't affect the past.
Yeah, but still, just thinking that Thor just randomly loses Mjolnir and can't get it back.
There can't be two. My mind.
Whatever.
Then, Jesus. Then Thor. No, then. Oh shit.
Then they leave.
Then they leave. This is when it gets confusing, because this is when we have to deal with two nebulas.
Oh fuck.
So we get to.
Yeah, we get to Guardians.
Good thing we're nerds. We can try to explain our way through this using our old sci-fi.
You're
knowledge.
smart enough for this. I'm not.
We're gonna see what I can do with my quantum leap knowledge. We go back to Guardians 1.
Who's there? It's Rhodey, Nebula.
Oh no, wait. No, there's another one. There's
another place. It's Rhodey, Nebula, and then the Soul Stone. So it's Natasha and Clint.
Yeah, but what I've just realized is that it's time to talk about
Natasha.
Natasha.
Do you want to get to that first, or do you want to get to that second?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's a lot shorter.
I don't want to talk about it yet.
All right, so the first group is Rhodey and Nebula. Mm-hmm. So they have to wait for Peter Quill to show up. Star-Lord, if you don't know.
He's doing his dance to come and get your love by Redbone. That's
which
great.
I love. I love that.
In that scene in the movie, that's such a fucking great scene where he's singing with the weird lizard thing as a microphone and everything. In this, you see he's just a fucking madman, because from the outside he's just like singing the song.
Yeah,
but
it's just like him horribly
kicking water.
Singing it.
It's so funny.
they pretty much make fun of him being a loser.
Yeah, they do, because they're like, oh, this is who Gamora was with, really?
Yeah.
All right. And
so then they go back to
wait, no.
Yeah.
This is where Nebula and Rhodey say, okay, we're going to hide out. And Nebula says, we're not the only people looking for the stone in 2014. Thanos is looking for it. Peter Quill's looking for it. Gamora's looking for it. And I'm looking for it. So Nebula, the other Nebula from that time, is out and about somewhere. But then they're with Thanos, right? Because they're taking out all those robots. And Thanos says that they found we can do this. Thanos says that they found the Power Stone. They need to get down there.
Yeah, they found the stone that Rhodey and Nebula are about to get.
So Rhodey and Nebula are looking for the Power Stone. Thanos'
also
crew has
found
located the Power Stone. So who's he send? He sends Nebula and Gamora down there?
Yeah. Or he's about to, but then Nebula has the weird like short circuit thing or whatever, and there's a message that shows through.
That's
and
right.
it's the exact thing that Nebula said about them looking for it.
No, it's
he sees Rhodey.
It's
yeah,
Rhodey.
He sees Rhodey talking about it,
and she's like, "You're a fucking traitor." Or Ebony Mosley, "You're a fucking traitor." What's going on? And Thanos is like, "Wait, there has to be an explanation for this."
Yeah.
They find out that there's two Nebulas.
They put her in the weird the
weird torture room.
Yeah.
That they put her in Infinity War 2. Yeah. And
so they figure out that there's another Nebula from the current there's Endgame Nebula, and then there's 2014 Nebula.
Yeah. And so
they need to figure out
what to do about that.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for before it switches back to Rhodey and Nebula current.
You're just trying to make me talk about the Clint and Natasha thing, aren't you?
No, that's literally all there is, isn't there?
Well, what about the two Nebulas and then the Nebula replaces the plate?
That's after.
Later?
Yes.
Can we just talk about it out of chronological order?
So, okay.
I'm sorry, I just can't yet.
So then
I gotta build up.
After the Thanos thing, it switches back to our Nebula and Rhodey. Mm-hmm. They fucking knock the shit out of Quill.
Oh yeah,
they just fucking beat him in the face.
Yeah, he's out.
So then
they get Nebula grabs the orb.
Yeah,
and her
arm
robot
gets all
arm
burnt.
is
Yeah.
Still
and then Rhodey and Nebula bond over being crippled.
Oh yeah, it's like I know what that's like. Yeah it sucks.
So then they're about to leave, so Rhodey leaves, and then as Nebula is about to, she has the short circuit thing.
Yeah.
And she fucking face plants.
And she's like, then she gets up, right, and she's like, Thanos knows. Thanos fucking knows that we're here, right?
Yeah, she figures it out, so she runs back to the ship, and she tries to, like, tell
the Guardians
anybody
on the, like, comm system. She's just like, anybody who can hear me.
Yeah, but nobody can. So she gets her, like, the little, like, pod or whatever that she's in gets lifted up by Thanos' ship.
Oh, that's right. It gets abducted.
Like, UFO abducted.
Like a cow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets brought,
so then they have both Nebulas in the same room, and then there's also Gamora.
Yeah.
And pretty much 2014 Nebula's like, fuck you, I'm gonna help Thanos.
Yeah, and then...
and takes the little, like, orange band that she has on her head.
So, 20 whatever, future Nebula has, like, an orange plate on her head, right?
Yeah, and then the past one doesn't. Does she have one at all?
No. So or maybe she has a silver one. Point is...
I don't know. She steals the orange one and puts it on her.
She steals something to make her look like future Nebula. She steals a face thing.
Yeah.
So basically now the Avengers will think that she's future Nebula so she can infiltrate.
Yeah, so she like, shows Thanos, and I'm assuming he tells her to go back in time with them. Because she also takes the thing that lets her go back.
Yeah, the Pym particle thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, now we gotta talk about it.
Right? Do we?
Well, they go back to Earth. So now there's only one story left.
Yeah,
it's getting the Soul
Clint
Stone
and Natasha.
Which, as soon as they got there, you made the quick connection that
one of them has to die.
You made the connection that maybe I didn't want to.
Yeah, back in Infinity War, that's the place where Thanos threw Gamora off that cliff.
Because it's a soul for a soul.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice something you love.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until they showed that Clint and Natasha are the only ones there, and I remembered you gotta kill one of them.
Has to.
So
I was so fucking scared.
Yeah, I was so scared once I made the realization.
As soon as that was put on the table.
Once I told you?
As soon as you told me, oh shit, one of them has to die.
Yeah,
I was like,
I just whispered over, like, you do realize that one of them has to die, right?
I didn't. I just wasn't able to make that connection, or I didn't want to.
Yeah, this entire scene was kind of painful to watch, honestly.
Because you know one of them's out, and you don't know who it's going to be until the last second.
They like talk about it for a little bit.
Well, they talk to Red Skull. Red Skull tells,
which that's pretty much just tells them
the same thing. Yeah, Thanos, you have to kill.
Yeah, one of you has to die. So then they end up talking about it a little bit. And they're like, we both know which one needs to go.
And they're like, yeah, we do.
They both think it's them.
It's them. They're like, we have a misunderstanding on who the one is.
Pretty much, they fight over who gets to kill themselves.
That is. I thought that was really cool. You never see a fight where it's one of them's trying to lose.
Yeah.
That's really...
Like, they're... Jesus Christ, come on. Do we need to switch so that you have more leg space?
This is fine. We're fine. I'm gonna Hulk smash this fucking table now.
So, pretty much the end goal of them fighting is the end game of one of them them fighting each other.
So one of them wants to jump
one
off
of them
cliff.
has to jump off the cliff, and they both want to.
Well, not that they both want to. They both don't want the other one to.
Yeah,
since
it's kind of the same thing.
They're partners in arms. They've been best friends for ever now in Budapest.
Like, Clint fucking shoots an explosive arrow and she goes flying back, and
there's some tasing.
There's some tasing. That's the first thing that Natasha does. She tases him and sprints.
Yeah, she starts the fight. She's like, I gotta fucking do this.
Yeah, and then I think that's when Clint shoots the arrow and she goes flying, and for a minute you actually think that Clint's gonna do it because he gets all the way to the edge and jumps.
What does she do? She doesn't do the wrap around the head with her legs thing, does she?
She uses, I don't remember how exactly she does it. She uses like a grappling hook or something and attaches it to his like belt or something.
Yeah,
and
into like the cliff, and then
she attaches it to the cliff and to Clint. So
Clint grabs her.
Yeah, Clint grabs her, so she's hanging
from Clint.
Yeah,
who's hanging from like halfway up the.
And he actually tries to like pull them both up, and he's not strong enough for that.
No, because he's Hawkeye.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, to be fair,
pretty much
no one could do that.
It's Clint like last minute tries to
save Natasha,
to save her. She kicks him, and he lets go.
It's clear that was the only way I was.
Yeah, that was the only way I was gonna go down. It was either Natasha or both of them, and it wasn't gonna be both of them.
And we get Natasha, and she's on the ground like Gamora was.
Yep.
It's the same shot,
same pose. There's blood in this one.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
There was no blood in Gamora's, but there is clearly blood.
They really upped the gore factor a little bit on that one.
Yeah,
just a smidge, but it's effective. It
counts,
because you're like, oh shit, especially when it's someone that you fucking have been watching for so long.
Like the first one that she was in is Iron Man 2.
Yeah, which was like 9 years ago, almost 10.
She's pretty much been around since the beginning. Iron Man 2 was 3. Yeah,
it's the third.
Because Iron Man 2 was the second movie, or not counting Incredible Hulk. It was Hulk, Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, right?
It was Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2.
Are you sure?
Don't quiz me on this.
Yeah,
I know what I'm talking about.
You know a lot more than I do.
So yeah, it's
so she's been. Keep in mind that this is what, the 22nd movie, 23rd.
Yeah, and she's
been around since the third one.
So that's like 20 movies. Not that she's in all of them, but we cared about her for.
Because the movies go pretty much with like our time. So when the movies come out, it's the same year that the movie takes place.
Yeah, unless it's something like Captain Marvel or the first Captain America,
or
obviously,
this, because it's in the future, so it's too far ahead for it to be our time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's not like the flying car future. It's the sad future.
It's a sad future where everyone's dead.
Shit, we missed something.
What did we miss?
We missed the little support group where Anthony Russo's there.
Yeah.
We got our first like gay moment in the MCU. I thought that was sweet. I was like, that's a cool way to do it.
So
nice.
There's a cameo from one of the directors in a little support group. This is towards the beginning of the movie.
This is right at the start. I just remembered this.
Cap is, I think Cap runs it. I'm assuming.
I think so. Yeah, he
runs a support group for people that like lost family members
or can't deal with the snap or whatever.
It's kind of like an AA meeting, but for people that are having a hard time getting over.
Maybe more like a grief counseling type thing.
It's some kind of counseling thing for people that either just can't deal with the snap in general or like lost somebody in it. And it's like for people that can't really get over it. So he runs that, and there's a cameo from one of their directors.
I think it's Anthony. It doesn't matter though.
I don't know. It's one of them.
It's one of them. It's the glasses one.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but
there wasn't too much. It was just it was a cool like world building scene.
Yeah. But I think the internet's gonna definitely draw some attention to that one because he talks about how he's going out with a guy. Remember?
I didn't even notice.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I thought that was really sweet. I was like, that's a nice.
It's a good way to.
Without like shoving.
Yeah, without shoving it, like I didn't even notice it. So like,
yeah, he's just talking about going out on a date with a guy, which is like, today it's so commonplace it doesn't even.
Good
matter.
for Marvel.
I thought that was a really cool integration.
Yeah, good on them
to like start putting that movement in there.
They handled that. Pretty
really
well.
I
thought,
yeah. Anyway.
Better than a lot of other movies do.
Oh, yeah.
J.K. Rowling.
Fuck you, J.K. Rowling. Beauty and the Beast 2017. I'm sorry. I had something in my throat. It was bad movies.
So,
Natasha's dead and Clint has to deal with it, but Clint gets the Soul Stone.
Yeah, Clint gets the
God.
stone.
Clint goes to that, like, watery red planet place where Thanos went to get the Soul Stone. Not, like, physically, but, like... Remember, he wakes up and he's in that pool. Yeah. That's really great imagery in there.
Yeah, so but he doesn't manually go back. He just runs out of time or something.
Yes?
I think because he never like gets into this. Like he never like specifically does the thing that everybody else does, where they kind of like they like look towards like their hand or whatever, and they press something.
There's that moment earlier when they first try the time travel when he goes back and sees his family for a second. Remember? Just like
yeah,
the test
but
run
he got pulled back from that because he ran out of time, not because he did specifically.
It's not important. I'm just remembering bits and pieces of this
I
movie.
think he just gets forced back, and that is the last scene before everybody gets back together with all the stones.
So we got all the stones.
All 6 stones. The Avengers have all 6.
We are fucking doing this.
Yeah, this is already the last hour.
So triumphant. Yeah, we're definitely glossing over a lot of details, I'm sure, but
it's like a brief summary, and we're just fucking fangirling over a movie that we just watched.
That's what we're doing. We haven't had much time to process this. It's not like we took notes or anything like we usually do.
And it's late.
It's
late for watching a 3-hour movie.
We have Die Hard to watch after this or something.
But so they have all the stones. Mm-hmm. So they have They have one of Tony's gloves.
Tony has created a Iron Man gauntlet.
Yeah, it's like a bootleg Infinity Stone gauntlet
that looks like an Iron Man one.
Yeah. So
so good.
it can morph.
Yeah, it can. I think
it has a weird like morphing thing.
I think it's made from the same thing that his bleeding edge armor is. I think it's Mark 47 in the movies does, like the Infinity War
thing.
one. I think it can just adjust.
So
because they're like, who's. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so first it's just like it looks like a normal glove, and then they
put the stones on it.
Yeah, they put all the stones on it, and the glove it looks really cool.
Yeah,
it
so
completely
cool.
shifts to have like sockets for each of the stones, and that
just
looks really
like the
cool.
Infinity Gauntlet. And this is when
they have to figure out who's going to use it.
Well, before that, we need to explain that what they're using it for. They're going to snap to bring everyone back.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's the ultimate goal. So they're not bringing back Vision or Gamora or anything. They're just
anybody that died in the snap. So anybody that died pre-snap
and meanwhile
cannot come back.
Nebula's fucking with the time thing.
That is while they're doing the
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it's 2014 Nebula. She came back and she's fucking with the portal thing, and she's packing some heat.
Yeah,
but we'll talk about that after we talk about what's gonna happen with the snap.
So Thor says that he's the strongest Avenger. So
Tony is the first one that says that he should do it. I don't remember why. He just says that he should be the one to do it.
Which we'll get back to him doing it, won't we?
So then
they love this.
They have to say, or like they don't have to say. They explain that it's really powerful. It fucked up half of Thanos.
Yeah.
And for pretty much anybody, it would kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So Thor says that he should be the one to use it
because he's the strongest.
Because he's the strongest. And
this is a good time to mention, if you are a Captain Marvel fan, you're really not getting your money's worth.
You're really not.
I kind of feel bad.
But is anybody a Captain Marvel fan?
No. Well, maybe of Captain...
the character,
comic book
but
Captain
even
Marvel.
then, comic book Captain Marvel isn't that great of a character. Yeah. So, anyway, then Hulk says that he should do it because
makes sense.
Yeah, because he probably has the closest like body type to Thanos, and if Thanos can survive it, Hulk can. Like
probably, yeah.
Just like logically speaking, he has like the body for it.
Yeah, he has the body type. Which that I just realized, like Infinity War, all Banner, barely any Hulk. Endgame, all Hulk, barely any Banner. He's in one scene where he's his astral form.
There's like no Hulk in Infinity War.
Well, in the opening, when he beats up Thanos.
Oh yeah.
So like, there's one scene of Hulk in Infinity War, one scene of Banner in Endgame.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Really cool.
If that's on purpose, that's really clever.
Even if that's just a coincidence.
Yeah, I think that's still really cool.
Yeah.
Because like, I guess it's kind of like a symbolic kind of thing for like the transition between him being full or like mostly full Banner to mostly full Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
in that
cool.
Opening scene. He says, "I've been treating Hulk like a disease when all this time I could have just used him like as an asset." Which, yeah, he could have. Banner, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He's all right.
So they eventually do agree that Hulk should be the one to use it.
And he does. It morphs to his hands.
Yeah, it looks really fucking cool.
It's so cool. Because Professor Hulk with the thing.
His hand is obviously a lot bigger than anybody else's. So the entire glove has to fucking expand
to fit his hand. Like, it starts as like a human-sized hand, and then it goes it looks like a Thanos-looking like Infinity Gauntlet.
It looks like it'd be like it would fit on a normal person, like probably Tony, because he like probably made it for him.
Baseball mitt or something.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy.
It becomes huge. It looks gigantic.
Which, I mean, yeah, it's a Hulk-sized fucking glove. So
then
but he has to fight it. Because it's like, it's destroying his fucking arm. Yeah, it looks so gnarly.
It kind of looks like the glove is taking over his entire arm.
Well,
it's like burning to his arm.
What you can see each color of each stone like running up his arm.
Yeah, it looks like it's going through his veins and it's like burning into his arm.
His arm is it's getting toasted. It's getting toasty. but he has and then he's fighting it enough to where he does the fucking
he does the snap. And this isn't a bad snap. It's a good snap.
This is a good snap. But we don't know if it worked yet. We don't find out until a little later when
Scott goes to a window and there's like a bunch of birds coming in.
Oh,
so
he's
they assume that everything's back.
Well, yeah,
everything's
Scott's
back to
like,
normal.
guys, I think we did it.
Yeah.
And then Nebula fucks the thing up.
Nebula brings in everything that Thanos owns.
He brings in Thanos, he brings in the army, he brings in the fucking children of Thanos, he brings in past Gamora.
He brings in the fucking weird space caterpillars from the first Avengers movie.
Oh, the space whales, yeah.
Yeah, the fucking space whales.
He brings those
in
back.
An entire army.
Of space whales, of Chitauri, of the guys from fucking Infinity War that I'm blanking on the name of right now. Yeah, the Venom-looking things.
He literally brings in everything that Thanos owns.
Which is a lot of alien armies and fucking giant monstrosities.
Yeah, so this shit comes out of nowhere. Thanos destroys the entire...
Missiles, blows up the fucking Avengers mansion.
Yep, the entire... Not even just that.
It leaves a crater.
Yeah, it literally looks like it's a wasteland.
I hope that there was, like, no one... I don't know how far the Avengers facility is.
I have no clue,
any
but...
other civilization, but they are fucking obliterated.
Yeah, because... So in the trailers, I thought that it was on a completely different planet.
Me too.
In most of the trailers, some of the trailers, like they show like a little bit from it, and it looks
barely
fucked up. That isn't a different planet. That is our planet.
That is our planet that Thanos has fucking obliterated and put a fucking moon-sized crater into.
He completely destroys the mansion, and you would assume
ridiculous.
that everyone inside the mansion died because it explodes.
That was a moment.
The entire building explodes in a mushroom cloud.
That's a fucking... I don't think there's a literal mushroom cloud.
I think it's pretty close.
There's
a lot of smoke.
It's fucking... Mansion gets exploded, glass everywhere. Fucking ground gets exploded. It's relentless. And this is
there are floors, or like there's like layers through the floor.
It's you look around the fucking theater, everyone's mouth is just like, oh my, is open.
Because you
Jaws
assume
on the ground.
that Thanos just murdered all of the Avengers.
What I thought was gonna happen was everyone's
Time
murdered.
Stone.
No. I thought everyone was dead. I thought everyone was dead, and all the new Avengers were gonna come back, and they were gonna fight Thanos.
That'd be awesome, but they would be severely outmatched.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They'd get obliterated. It'd be so unsatisfying.
On Cinemassacre, Justin Silverman was talking, and he said that if it was the other way around, if the people who got snapped were the ones who were left, would they be able to defeat Thanos? No.
No way. They would have to give up.
They don't know about Pym particles. They don't know about fucking quantum physics or the quantum realm.
I guess Doctor Strange could maybe figure something out. Doctor Strange has the best chance,
but again, he's only at a certain nth of his power. Like that isn't even him at full power.
And who got snapped? It's Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Guardians and
that's it.
Well, Falcon
Falcon and Bucky. And Wanda,
which Wanda's powerful, but
not like time traveling, getting stones back.
Even Doctor Strange, that's not his field. That's none of their fields. They would not be able to do that.
If it was the other way around, they would be absolutely fucked. They would be done.
Yeah, they would be done.
And I think our thing is done because that
stopped
means
for a second.
Fucks up.
I was scared.
I think it fucked up.
Might have fucked up. I'm really sorry if it fucked up, guys. I'm not gonna fix it.
Yeah, pretty much we said that if it was the other way around, they're fucked. That's the summary of what we said.
No, we said it 10 different ways.
Yeah.
So,
because they're 10 different ways fucked.
Yeah, they really are.
But, so are these ones.
So everything's been obliterated.
Everyone's alive. Kind of disappointing, but everyone is fine.
Not many people die in this movie. 2 people die in this movie.
There's 2 deaths. That's it.
It's disappointing.
A little bit.
But
actually, there's more than 2 deaths because the entire last hour is an army fighting. So technically a lot of people die.
And Thanos, you know.
He doesn't count.
How does he not count?
I'm just kidding, yeah. So there's like 3.5.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the very, very end of the movie
counts. We'll talk about that.
counts.
That's a whole thing. I have some stuff to say about
that. The entire building is destroyed. Nobody died. But the first thing we see is Hulk, right?
Yeah, we see Hulk. He's lifting up
pretty much all of the rubble from the building.
If you've seen, this is another nerd corner moment. If you've seen Spider-Man, it's not 16, is it? Maybe 16 or 33. I don't remember what issue. Point is,
if you've seen Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, pretty much. But if you've seen, especially that classic image of Spider-Man holding up the thing, of, like the cross and the water's dripping on it.
It's pretty much that, but replace it with Hulk.
But with Hulk, yeah. And this is so sad because Rocket is crying.
Rocket is fucking crushed in half. Not like
he's
deadly,
not being cut in half, but
he can't move.
His legs are, and he's crying.
Yeah,
and it's
he's
so hard to watch
crying.
him cry.
And Rhodey's trapped in the suit, so he has to get out.
Gets out of the fucking suit, which I mean, as like his legs
cripple.
Don't work right. It's hard for him to.
Well, I mean, he could have gotten up because of he has the weird like brace things that let him.
No, I'm not saying he couldn't walk. I'm just saying like that's a tricky situation for that character to be in. And I was like, is this all that's left? Immediately, that's not true.
Yeah, because they cut to Clint. Because so those 3 are kind of fucked because they can't get out. Yeah. They have no way of getting out.
Literally, Hulk is
carrying everything up. Rocket can't really walk, and neither can Rhodey.
Spider-Man said in Spider-Man 2, this is really heavy, which is
literally
what's happening.
It's literally and figuratively very heavy.
It is very heavy.
So then they cut to Clint is after.
Yeah, Clint, and it's the army of those like dog things from Infinity War. Yeah, and they're trying to get the gauntlet. Clint has the gauntlet.
Pretty much, like what I was thinking. Like pretty much the last hour of the movie because they like toss around the like gauntlet because it has all the Infinity Stones in it and they kind of need to keep that away from Thanos. So pretty much it's the world's deadliest game of football.
Yeah, it really is. Just passing it.
So Clint has the gauntlet, which he's probably the least qualified person to be carrying that around.
Yeah,
but
if has those stones touch him, he's dead.
Yeah, he's fucking dead and he's done. Yeah. So dog things are like chasing after him through
in
like
the sewers.
Yeah,
it's like aliens kind of.
It's that clip in the trailer where like he's in that like sewer thing and he's running and there's an explosion.
I was hoping he
causes that.
I was hoping he'd be in the raft and like he was breaking out Abomination or something. I want Abomination.
Yeah, for some reason Gabe really wanted Abomination in this movie.
I had 2 hopes for this movie and one of them came true. And we'll talk about that at the end, at the very end.
It's Tony dying.
It's Tony fucking dying. I love that.
Finally.
Yeah, no. He deserved it. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that soon.
It's pretty soon.
So, for fuck's sake, Gabe.
I don't do it. What's me?
You need more leg room.
You can't blame me.
Yes, I can.
That one was Franny.
Totally. So Clint is running, and it's actually kind of like it's kind of cool.
It's tense.
He is running as fast as he can, but they're dog things, so they're a lot
faster than he is.
So he starts stabbing his explosive arrows into the pipes.
Into the pipes, yeah.
And so as he's running,
like flood. And...
Yeah, every few seconds he just stabs another one in, and he sets them all off.
And they blows up.
But
blows up those dogs. It blows up all of them eventually. Remember, because he gets up there and then they're all gone. You see them all dead.
Yeah. So but there's a couple that are just kind of on fire, so then he shoots at him a little bit, and then he's like a grappling hook kind of thing.
Probably maybe the thing Natasha gave him.
Maybe. Or he had it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So he goes up, and then the rest of the dog things are dead because he cuts up whichever ones are like climbing after him. Then Nebula finds him.
Oh yeah.
2014 Nebula finds him.
Nebula.
The bad one with the orange streak.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh yeah, I know you, and he just kind of hands over the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Then she points a gun at him.
Yeah, but then then good Nebula and Gamora
shows up first.
Oh, yeah.
With a gun.
Who's also working with Thanos, though. But
not really.
On Nebula.
She turns on evil Nebula. And then normal Nebula comes out, and they're like, hey, how about you fucking don't?
Yeah, exactly.
And she's like, yeah, maybe. And then she lifts the gun back up, and then fucking Nebula just shoots her.
Nebula doesn't...
Current Nebula
shoots evil old
2014 Nebula.
Yeah.
And then they have the gauntlet back.
And
Gamora's there for some reason.
And the most important thing, Tony, Steve, Thor.
That's right after.
Yeah, which is what I'm saying
now Tony and Steve.
This is when we're getting to the we're
getting to like pretty much. This is gonna sound terrible. Once everyone blows up, is the beginning of the best part of the movie.
It's probably the most epic thing I've ever seen.
That's when I'm gonna guess that's the last like hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes.
It's the third act, but it's a long third act.
Last third of the movie.
In a 3-hour movie, so you can estimate.
I wonder how long it is.
Point is...
So, Steve and Tony, they get up, and
which, amazed they're alive, but...
Well, I mean, they have a higher likelihood than fucking Clint Barton, the guy with a bow.
Yeah.
So if he... Like, literally, I said if he can live, all of them can.
Yeah,
because he's the most normal guy.
He is the most normal guy.
So, Tony and Steve get up, and
they go to Thor.
They're the closest to the they're the
outside.
They're the highest up because it's like Hulk
everyone
and
else
all them are on the
underground.
lowest.
Clint is making his way up.
Probably medium.
He's making his way up.
He's like middle, and then
they're
Tony
surface
and Steve
level.
they're at the surface.
Thor has been watching Thanos. Thanos has been doing nothing.
Yeah, because so we kind of left this part out. Once Thanos shows up with literally everything he owns, he comes down, and 2014 Nebula asks him, like, so what's your plan? And he just says, I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah, he's just gonna wait.
He sits and does nothing.
So Tony and Steve are like,
so Tony,
Thor, what the fuck's
Steve,
going on?
and Thor, they're all just kind of watching Thanos sit there and stare at them. And he's just not doing anything.
Yeah, and they're like, we gotta go after him. And they're like, this is a fucking trap.
Yeah, and I think Tony's exact words are like, yeah, but I don't really care.
yeah, he's like, yeah, but... he phrases it weird. He says some
really
weird expression. He's like, yes, but I do not care at this moment.
Yeah,
no, it's not that. It's some weird...
He says it kind of weird, but he pretty much says...
I don't care.
Well, frankly, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, he says exactly that. And then the credits roll.
Yep. So...
Clark Gable would have been a good Tony Stark in 1931.
Those three start coming towards Thanos.
And this is my
start
favorite part
of literally the best thing that the MCU has ever done, I think.
I think so too.
I think
oh my god, I don't know where to start. Okay,
so we gotta go in order. Because if we don't go in order, then
this is
gonna be fucking
bonkers.
It's bonkers in
the movie. It already is.
If we don't keep this in order, it's gonna be even more fucking
even though
insane.
So much happens at once, it's kind of hard.
So
even though there's some focal points.
So they are trying to beat the shit out of Thanos. Not doing so hot.
Thor has Stormbreaker and Mjolnir that he got from Dark World.
Yeah, so he has both of his weapons, which looks fucking awesome, and he gets his thunder powers back, and I think he slims down. He gets his armor, so I'm gonna assume,
it doesn't matter. He looks better. He still has the dumb beard, but he looks better.
Yeah, he looks a little less homeless, I guess. So all three of them are coming at him. Not doing so good.
No.
They're all getting their asses destroyed.
No. Yeah, they are. Really. And, like, there's a moment when you... Oh, wait, no. That's the important moment. But...
Okay, so I think that's the first important moment. They all get their asses kicked.
They get their asses kicked. I know, but...
There's not much.
I'm just excited for us to say
Thanos goes to Thor.
And he has... Okay. Well, no. Thor summons Stormbreaker to come to him. Thanos stops Stormbreaker and is about to fucking kill Thor with it. So it's going into his chest.
Yeah, there's literally there's
see
blood.
It's in him.
Then
only a little bit.
A hammer.
Mjolnir hits Thanos in the fucking head.
Then it comes back.
Knocked off Thor.
It pans.
It's Captain America.
He's fucking Mjolnir.
He is worthy as fuck.
So this was...
And Thor says, I knew it. Because remember, Age of Ultron,
he's lifted like, it a little bit.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah, and before Cap did it, he's like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah. He's like, oh, no, I guess I can't do it.
He fucking has it.
Did it.
So he has Mjolnir and his shield.
and oh my god,
he fucking destroys Thanos a little bit.
Isn't there the bit when he throws Mjolnir and then fucking Thor hits it with Stormbreaker into Thanos, right?
No, he does that.
Cap hits
Cap
the
throws
shield,
up
right?
the shield and fucking smacks it with Mjolnir.
And it hits Thanos, and then they're fucking fighting. And they're fighting. And
pretty much Cap is beating the shit out of Thanos.
But it turns around.
Yeah, it turns
Thanos
around real quick.
Fucking the imagery we've been waiting for since Age of Ultron. When you see that shot,
yep,
where he's lying down, Thanos cracks Captain America's fucking shield in half. But not just like smooth down the middle. He's cracking it.
Jagged.
It's jagged, exactly. It's like jagged, rusted.
He has some weird like double-sided. It's kind of like Darth Maul's thing, but without being a lightsaber.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a double-sided.
Think of like a tooth, like a toothpick.
It's like a staff kind of thing.
It's
but
like a double-bladed staff.
So
it's scary.
Apparently, that thing is strong enough to destroy vibranium.
Vibranium, which, I mean, I'm calling bullshit. The only thing that can break. Though.
Yeah, fucking.
Well,
I don't know. Space rocks.
If vibranium comes from Wakanda, I don't think they're gonna have.
I don't know.
Else.
Point is, Cap's shield is pretty much.
It's split in half. What's happening? Okay, it's been split in half.
It's fucked. So
he can't use it. It's to the point where he can't use it. So we get that awesome shot where he unstraps it, right?
Okay, so Cap looks like he's like about to die.
I thought that was
he's
it.
on the floor, pale as fuck, and you can't. Yeah. I couldn't really tell if it was just him being dirty or if it was him just like laying or like just being like dying.
Well, again, he was just in a huge explosion.
Yeah,
that obliterated a mansion.
He is just laying on the floor, kind of. Pretty much everybody is fucked.
Yeah, everybody's fucked,
and it's not looking too hot.
This is the moment. This is literally the end game. This is what
opens up.
Mm-hmm. Is it a Doctor Strange portal?
No, it is. Black Panther is the first one to come through.
Well, no. First, you hear Sam Wilson. You hear Falcon.
Oh yeah. Okay, so before the portal opens up, you hear Sam Wilson or Falcon. Mm-hmm. Cap hears him in like a earpiece or something.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
How?
I mean,
I don't know. Has he had the same earpiece for 5 years?
The same communication. Maybe they use the same radio signal.
Maybe. I don't know. So first you hear
badass. Who cares?
Then you see a portal open up, and T'Challa. Who else comes through?
Probably.
There's 3 of them.
2 of his guards.
T'Challa.
Right? Or M'Baku? No, wait, because he's alive.
T'Challa, Shuri, and I think somebody else.
I
don't know. Doesn't matter. Black Panther's back.
Black Panther and 2 Wakandans.
They're probably important people.
Yeah, probably important people.
Hello.
I don't remember.
So then it's Sam Wilson comes through.
Yeah, dog.
Then portals, just so many portals.
Open like the sky, not the sky, but like just like above from high and low.
It is the sky.
Everywhere there's portals. Everyone has come to save the day.
Yeah, everyone that got dusted finally comes back after that snap.
The Guardians are back. Doctor Strange is back.
Spider-Man is
back.
back.
Who the fuck swings in the background?
Last one.
Spider-Man. And I'm not talking... Like, it's not like just the fucking heroes come back and Wanda Maximoff and everybody.
Nope.
Yeah, Hank Pym. And the Wasp is there.
And conveniently enough... all of the armies that got wiped out are now back too.
They're back too.
So all of the Wakandans, all of the martial arts magic people that Wong has.
Firecracker Kung Fu.
Fucking who else is there? I feel like there was one more. There was one more group
other than the Wakandan army.
Yeah, it was like the Wakandans, the magic martial arts people. There was something else. I don't know. There's a lot of fucking people on screen.
And then oh my god! But that moment.
That is enough for Steve and Tony and Thor to all get back up.
And then Professor Hulk and Rhodey and Rocket show up.
Oh yeah, because
Clint shows up.
We forgot about Scott. We forgot about Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Scott.
Okay, so before a lot of this happens, I think it's
Rocket
Rhodey,
or whatever.
Yeah, that they're trapped, so he shrinks down and goes to save them and everything. And then, so while everybody's coming back, he grows giant.
Yeah.
With Rocket and Rhodey, so they're all back.
Oh my!
And then Clint also comes back up with Nebula and Gamora. So everyone is back.
Everyone is there.
Everyone is here. fucking
everybody's
Smash Brothers.
alive. It is,
Everyone is here.
Fuck Smash Brothers. This is so much better.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
You have all the
God.
armies and all the heroes running up against all of Thanos' armies and him.
So now we've gotta just go over highlights because there's
too much.
There's so much shit. First thing that comes to mind, fucking Scott Lang punching
he
a
punches
space
a
whale.
space whale in the head.
And it fucking goes straight into the ground.
And at this point, everyone in the fucking theater's clapping and cheering. Because, like, you know, Infinity War, that's a very clap, cheer, woo movie.
Yeah, this one wasn't as much. I was kind of thinking...
Not in a bad way.
I was kind of thinking that it was just, like, the group of people that we were in the theater with, that they just
At
weren't
first,
that
I was
enthusiastic
thinking that,
about
but then,
it.
as soon as, like, shit hit the fan and all the
Yeah.
action was happening,
Then-
everyone was fucking
then we
into
had
it.
the claps. But I expected a lot more.
Well, towards the end, I think we started a few claps. I think
I
maybe
think
we
it might
had
have
to,
been us
We had to
being-
get everybody else kind of hyped
Yeah.
up, and you know, eventually everybody fell into it, and it was it was
everybody
great.
got into it, and we
I
didn't
love
have to
that.
start it anymore.
I love that kind of theater experience. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
It's so fun.
So the second thing that comes to mind is Iron Man or fucking Tony and Pepper back to back.
Pepper is in her rescue suit.
Yeah, so-
which traditionally I don't think it has weapons on it, but in the movie it does. I think Comic Rescue usually doesn't because it's just like a
It's like a first aid kind of thing.
yeah, well, kind of like
Yeah.
what do you call it? Like a first ditch effort or whatever.
Anyway, fucking they're back to back fucking yeah. They don't really.
They don't do anything. That kind of
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of the reuniting in this movie kind of disappointed me, especially Tony and Steve at the start. There's nothing.
It happens. Some of them
It's just like
happens
it's
a little
any
too
other
quick,
day.
but at the same time, not much time to reunite.
Yeah,
when you're in the middle of a fucking half war.
Shit, you know who shows up? Valkyrie and all the fucking Asgardians.
There we go. Yeah, all the Asgardians. Though that was the last group that we couldn't think of.
Yeah, they show up on like their Pegasus.
Yeah, they have
stuff.
fucking Pegasi.
Yeah, Pegasi, probably.
I don't. Fucking flying horses.
A bunch of them. And yeah, let's talk about the fucking awesome game of Keep Away that goes from Hawkeye, and then who's he give it to?
It is to Black Panther.
To Spider-Man.
To Spider-Man.
Which the Spider-Man one is great because...
Okay.
Oh, well, I just remembered another thing.
I don't know if Spider-Man's really counts, because he passes it? I don't really know how to explain it. He goes between a lot of people. A lot of people are carrying him around.
Well, one thing I want to say is, because this just reminded me, fucking Thor and... Another highlight, Thor and Cap.
Yeah, I was going to say
hammers,
that
they
one.
switch off hammers, and then... Or, like... Cap has Stormbreaker.
And then
and
Thor
Thor's
has
like,
Mjolnir, and he's
Thor's
like, you can have the tiny one.
You can have the tiny one.
Trade.
And so, the reason I just remember that is because Spider-Man's like swinging around. He's so out of his element. He's just never seen any
Spider-Man.
shit like this, though.
Hey, Spider-Man, do a flip!
Awesome! But, like, that's Spider-Man's element. Spider-Man wasn't facing the giant fucking armies in Infinity
Not
War.
even Thanos, which that's pretty intense.
That's the most intense. But
okay, hold on.
That's quality, not quantity.
Let's stop the fight really quick.
I need a breath.
For him and Tony being reunited. They get their own
Everyone in
reunite,
the theater
like,
crying and smiling and clapping.
Yeah, that was really nice. I'm glad that they got to have at least a little
they
bit of time.
They had the best
before...
reunion. That's so good.
Oh boy.
That's
anyway, they get their own little. They hug it out and everything.
Which it's so good to fucking see.
Yeah.
After a year of Mr. Stark memes, I'm so fucking glad that we got a perfect reunion with them.
They had a nice little reunion.
Even if it's short lived, it's great.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
There was also another reunion that I'm just gonna mention now because it comes a little later. Is Peter Quill and Gamora.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's not really much of a reunited thing, but
it's 2014 Gamora.
So she has no idea who Peter Quill is.
Since she's
but
been
he
pulled
knows
right
a lot
off
about her.
right off of the planet with the Mind Stone. Yeah, they have no clue.
It's before they've even met.
But obviously, it's our Peter Quill.
Yeah.
So it's Peter Quill who's fallen in love with Gamora. He's like, "Oh, you're back," and
he gets kicked in the balls and punched in the face.
The balls, yeah, which
you missed the first time.
Yeah, that was. Anyway, what I keep trying to come back to is I think Steve throws Mjolnir, and then Spider-Man with the Infinity Gauntlet attaches to Mjolnir.
Yeah,
flies through everyone. He crashes in a ditch.
Was awesome.
That's
okay,
so cool.
We're not really gonna mention much of what Black Panther did. He did a couple like flips, and he kicked a lot of shit. But
he did what Black Panther does.
Yeah, he used his weird purple stuff.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Those like ground pound things that he used.
Those were cool.
Those were awesome.
But
fucking Captain Marvel shows up.
That's we're getting to that.
I'm jumping ahead. I'm so fucking pumped.
So Spider-Man is going from Mjolnir, and then he goes to... Does he go to Valkyrie after that?
Oh, he goes on the Pegasus, yeah, with Valkyrie.
Yeah, I thought there was one more between it, but...
There's another...
I know
it's him and Pepper.
Yeah, he attaches to Pepper, and then I think after that he attaches to Valkyrie.
Uh-huh.
Then that Pegasus gets knocked the fuck out.
Which, brutal.
What was it? Was it...
Was it just...
I think it might have just been something... Yeah, it might... No, you know what it was?
What?
We forgot about Wanda.
Wanda is so fucking angry.
She is the most amazing I think she's ever been.
And she's my favorite female character in the MCU.
Yeah,
I love her.
She goes all out on Thanos, and
I love the fucking line when she's just like, "You took fucking everything
from Thanos
me."
just says, "I have no idea who you are."
Yeah, he's like, and she's like, "You will."
Yeah,
and fucks him.
Then she fucks him up pretty good.
I love Wanda. That's so cool.
She eventually ends up having him in the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanos calls in an airstrike. That really
I forgot about the airstrike, and he's
that really empties out the playing field.
Something else. It obliterates space whales.
Hold on, before we get to that, another thing we forgot is
there's just too
somehow, since there's a giant ass crater and the Avengers mansion is by the ocean, water starts. There is a flood starting.
Doctor Strange has to stop.
So yeah, Doctor Strange gets occupied with that,
and then
that airstrike makes it worse.
Yeah. And when the airstrike happens, all the wizards are using their shields to protect
that shit looks so
like
cool.
umbrellas. It's awesome.
But that kind of wipes out everything that Thanos had. Most of his army gets wiped out.
Yeah, because he's just like...
And all of the like heroes and everything are pretty... They have plot armor, so they're okay. Everything misses them, or they're under a magic shield or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how Peter ends up not having the gauntlet anymore. So he kind of just curls into a ball without the gauntlet.
No, he does have the gauntlet.
No, he loses it.
Shit, sorry guys, that was my computer updated.
He loses it and it kind of gets like knocked away from him, and he's about to grab it, but that's when the airstrike goes in, so he doesn't grab for it. And he just kind of like huddles up a little bit.
He has it when he gives it to Captain Marvel.
Yeah, he had like I'm just saying that he wasn't like holding it or anything, and I thought that's how like Thanos was gonna fucking like grab it or something.
Well, way earlier when Nebula like tricked Hawkeye, I thought that was it.
That was intense.
That's kind of a fake out.
But so that airstrike happens, and then
Captain Marvel shows up.
And
she fucking obliterates Thanos' ship. Not a big fan of her, obviously, but that was cool.
That was amazing.
Because it's not like she flies through every part like fucking like a pinball. She flies like up and then down, and the ship is in half.
So she comes in from space, down through the middle of it, and then I think she maybe goes through like one wing each.
Yeah.
And then the entire thing explodes.
It's like she barely does anything in that ship, and it fucking explodes.
She puts no effort into it.
And I honestly, I hate myself for liking this moment. I kind of liked when she came down, he was like, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker." Yeah. And she was like, "Hi, Peter Parker, do you have something for me?" I kind of liked that. Yeah, I thought that was a good delivery on her part.
I really liked that, even though she's
a garbage person.
We already talked about a little bit about how we feel about Brie Larson.
Well, wait until like 65 episodes when we talk about her movie. That'll be the last episode we ever do.
No.
Yeah, because that's the last movie.
More movies will have come out by then.
Yeah, but we talk about them when they come out.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about them again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. This is the rest of my life.
It's gonna be
a few years. Yeah, it's gonna be a little while.
Like a year, maybe a year and a couple months.
Yeah.
But okay. Anyway, I actually really liked that. That was a good moment. So she obviously knows that Peter Parker is out of his element because he has a bloody nose and is curled up into a
Yeah,
ball.
it's so funny.
So
he
he hands over the gauntlet, and then they have a girl power moment, which at first I was kind of like, ugh, okay, of course.
But then you realize,
but yeah, it was really
all these
cool.
women are pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. All the women that are left,
and we're not.
they all got together,
And we're not talking just like Infinity War. You just get that scene where it's Okoye, Black Widow, and Wanda.
Yeah, it's all of them.
You get Valkyrie, you get the Wasp, you get fucking everyone.
You get fucking
you can
Pepper.
Think of. Yeah, you get Pepper in the Rescue Army. Anybody you can think of.
Yeah, pretty much every woman in the MCU so far joins in. They get into a little huddle a little bit. There's a nice shot. It looks really cool.
That's a great shot.
I that could have been really bad,
but
admittedly
in a different movie.
But again,
really bad. But
just another thing that they handled really, really well.
Yeah, that's a great one.
So then all the women are dealing with whatever's left. Valkyrie cuts through an entire space whale.
Yeah,
that was
cool.
really
that
cool.
Was awesome.
I don't know where she got another Pegasus, but whatever.
Whatever. They grow on trees.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I guess. So they deal with that, and Captain Marvel.
This fucking movie is so good.
Carol Danvers goes straight for the van, and how does Thanos
gone for the van?
How does Thanos do this?
Oh, what does he do? He
throws
the fucking van. Does he throw his blade?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Throws
So
that
his weird like double-sided
thing.
Destroys. While Carol Danvers is like going towards the van at full
tunnel.
speed, he fucking throws his like sword thing like a spear.
Have we explained why they need to get to the quantum tunnel?
Okay. Oh yeah, we forgot about the van. Okay, so Thanos destroyed the like thing that let them go back in time or whatever.
Yeah.
And that they kind of need to get the stones back to their time so that Thanos can't have them.
Yeah.
So the van is there with the quantum portal thing.
Yeah.
So they need to get to that. So Carol Danvers is going straight for it, and Thanos throws this thing like a spear.
Yeah, and
it
explodes the van, and she's just like,
and
what do I?
Yeah. So Carol gets knocked back, and she has the gauntlet. Thanos.
You know what's
gets gauntlet.
You know what's another cool Captain Marvel moment? The bit when she's fighting Thanos and he headbutts her and she doesn't move.
Yeah, that's a little bit. That's a little bit.
Isn't that right now? That's because
it's about to happen. But so she gets knocked back she has the gauntlet.
There is so much movie in this movie.
And Thanos gets the gauntlet with all of the stones again.
He has it,
and it goes through his veins again, and he's about to snap, but. Is it
Tony Stark?
Tony
gets all the stones because then
No. There's a couple things that happen because he tries snapping like 3 different times.
I think Carol stops him. I think Steve stops him at one point.
I think it's Carol tries to stop him first.
Yeah, because that's when the headbutt thing happens.
Yeah, so she has like a hold of the gauntlet or whatever, and she's pulling at it. Thanos headbutts her.
She doesn't move.
Flinch.
There's like no effect.
Yeah.
Either.
She kind of like. Does she like smirk a little bit? Like.
I don't think so. I think she's like straight faced. Like,
yeah. And she just keeps pulling.
That's cool.
I don't remember how he ends up getting her off.
He just knocks her off. I think it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
She's
out of she picture. Gets it. He almost snaps again. Then I think it's Thor.
Him. Yeah, probably
Thor gets the gauntlet and he's trying to pull
Thor
it.
Would try again.
Yeah. I think he got pretty close. He actually had Stormbreaker at his neck.
Yeah.
Like he was going for the head.
He was going for the head. Well, he went for the head to start.
Yeah, and he kind of fucks it up. So Steve tries to help. He like jumps on and starts like
hugging on
Thanos a little bit.
Cuddle.
That doesn't work out either. They get thrown off. Try snapping again. So this time Tony goes for it. They wrestle for it a little bit. And he gets knocked back.
Look, this ends in Tony having all the stones.
So finally, Thanos gets to snap, so he does it, and nothing happens.
He does it a few
times. He turns it over. Yeah, he does it a couple more times.
There's all the stones are gone.
So he turns it over. He has no stones.
Tony turns his glove. Tony turns like his glove over.
Yep.
He's got all the fucking stones.
His gauntlet his glove.
This is important.
It shifted to fit all the stones.
Okay, earlier, right before Thanos got killed, at the very start of the movie, before he gets to take off, he says, "I am inevitable." At the end, he does that right before
he says that again.
He says, "I am inevitable." And he snaps. Nothing happens. and Tony has all the fucking stones, and you know exactly what he's gonna say, but he says it.
He says, I am, and there's a long pause.
And you're like, he's
like
gonna
30-second pause.
fucking say it. Iron Man. And he snaps.
Okay,
And
hold on. Before we talk about what happens
What?
after this, I completely forgot about something amazing that happens right before they're about to start fighting.
What?
Avengers assemble.
How did we fucking forget
I
that?
don't know.
That was the biggest cheer in the entire theater.
Finally.
Infamously, I would say. These movies.
These never mention...
Well, no,
never
they
say
mention
anything.
it. They get cut
they?
off. That's how Ultron
yeah,
ends.
yeah.
Which Ultron I watched the other day. Oh, underrated.
So
Give it a bad rap.
they've never said it in any of the movies. So now they have
classic-
everybody together.
Classic
There's
catchphrase.
a long pause. He says, Avengers.
Everybody
long pause.
in the theater.
Everybody knows exactly what's
if you've
coming.
never touched a fucking Avengers comic, you still know.
You still know
It's that iconic.
exactly what's coming. He finishes it. Assemble.
Assemble.
And then
Everybody
everything starts.
fucking cheers. Oh my god.
Because you know exactly what's happening. You know exactly what's going to happen.
You know this is the end.